Hi everybody, welcome back to our Northwood Farms vlog.
Episode 10, entry 10.
Episode 10, entry 10. I'm Kip, this is Emma.
Hi,
and
again.
everybody knows the famous Nigel.
This is the famous Nigel, whom I love and adore. It's my favorite horse.
So today we had some fun. Nigel and Emma were working on hobbles. Three-legged hobbles for the first time with Nigel. So he did really good.
Almost chickened out.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but he's got a lot of different things going on with his patience. And
basically I asked Buck, what do I do? You know, I have this fantastic horse, and he travels really well with another horse. He'll load in the trailer 50 feet away at Liberty, and he's pretty good if you don't leave the property. But as soon as you drive away with him by himself, you know, he can't deal. And so I said, Buck, what do I do? And he said, well, first of all, how well does your horse tie? And I was like, not the best. So we've been working on that. Secondly, he was like, have you hobble broke your horse? I'm like, no. He goes, how many horses have you hobble broke? I go, none. He goes, that's what your problem is.
Yep.
I'm like, what the heck? I don't want to do that. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, and then the other thing you asked him too was, okay, well, what would you do? He says, well, I'd put him in the trailer and I would drive. And you're like, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, first I'd take off and I'd drive down to Florida. And then if he wasn't over it, then I'd turn around and I'd drive back up to Michigan. And if that didn't work, then maybe I'd drive back to California.
And this is what I said. Great. Good for you. I'm never going to do that. Yeah. So basically then he said, okay, so the deal is once you get him tying and once you get him hobbling, then you just get in the trailer, you go to Starbucks, and he's going to be fussy. He'll be a knothead. And then you bring him back and you park him. But the deal with the hobbles is that he needed to learn how to stand still. And this horse can piaffe, basically trot in place, you guys all know. And like literally lift a foot up and put it down. We can't do it under saddle that perfectly, but he'll do it in the trailer. Yeah,
he can do it perfectly in the trailer. In fact, he did it for 12 hours straight in the trailer. We left him overnight in the trailer. And you could hear him all night long. Boom, boom, boom.
1, 2,
boom,
1, 2, 1, 2, 1,
perfect
2.
rhythm.
Oh, poor Nige. So anyway, he's got to figure out how to stand still in restraints. And I know it sounds, I guess it sounds kind of harsh, which I would have thought it was, except for I watched Buck teach 2 different horses to hobble. And I think it's on the Snaffle Bit DVD too. And it's just, they fuss. Sometimes they flop around. So, like Nigel was just rearing, doing a little lavad and really kind of making an effort. But he's, you know, we've done a lot of preparation.
Yeah.
We've done a ton of preparation. Like, you know, he's...
But it helps him to get the idea that even though it's not their idea to stand still, that they need to stand still. Because your friend, who was at Christine, that was...
Christine.
Yeah, she was kind of making the analogy of, you know, a kid in a car seat. You don't necessarily, you know, like the fact that the kid fusses and
who wants to strap their kid down?
Yeah, and they're in a car seat, but they've got to get over it. They've got to get through it because it's for their safety. And
another thing that Buck said that really kind of hit home to me, because I'd rather just not put him through that. But what Buck said is, you know, if a horse has trouble in them and you don't get it out, then they're always going to have that spot.
Yep.
And so to completely, you know, to complete his education, this is part of it. And of course, the other big reason is that if I'm going through the bridle to build a bridle horse, and the first stage is the snaffle bit, and we're not out of that yet, but we're kind of, I think, getting towards the end of it. And once you get into the hackamore, then you don't tie your horse in the hackamore. That's it. So they need to be able to hobble up, or you're going to be the jackass, you know, putting a halter on so you can tie your horse up. I mean, that's not really in the spirit of the vaquero. True, you know.
No vaquero tradition.
No vaquero guy would be like, excuse me, just a second.
Yeah.
I know you guys got all these cows to do, but I got to put my halter on. No. So, anyway, it's good for the horse. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that with all this drama, he's like, now I should roll. With all this drama, the horse has gotten calmer. This is a very high-strung horse. People don't, I think, realize, come here, Stevie. People don't realize how high-strung he is because of all the cool things that he allows me to do with him. But he's pretty intense, which is great. I love it. But anyway, with all the trailer stuff, I would think that he wouldn't be meeting me at the gate, that he would be fussier, and he's not. He's the opposite. He's calmer, he's cooler, he's happier. And so I thought, well, that Brannaman dude, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he's got something going on.
He might
gets
know a few things. I'll try to do what he says. And I mean, horses don't really get hurt in hobbles, especially if you prepared them. It's just not super fun to watch them struggle. So anyway, he did it. He did it. No problem, really.
Yep.
He didn't even flop down.
Well, a few more times and he'll be good.
Well, a few more times, and then I will be doing it under stress. He's very comfortable up here in the arena, but I'll do things like put him down in the round pen and hobble him and turn the horses out. And that, if he can eventually cope with that, we're good. But we'll talk about that more later. So
I guess that's it for this one, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
that's the exciting stuff going on here. Good Lord.
Yeah,
I did
lots of
it. I
fun.
should get, I don't know, Queen of the World.
Oh,
Just
at least
for
a gold star.
No.
I'll give you a gold
Gold
star.
stars are for getting on your horses.
Oh my gosh, Queen of the World. Maybe we'll work up to that one.
I'm trying to think of what I would want. I don't know. I just want my horse to be happy. So
Yeah.
that's good enough for me.
That's good enough.
Okay, guys, have an awesome week. We'll talk to you later.
All right, see you next time.
Bye.